oh, that guy yesterday. It was such a good time. Like he was such a good cutie too. I was like, oh.
What was he in prison for? Do you know?
What?
What was he in prison for?
I don't want to get into that because I'm like, if I know more, I'm probably going to just walk away. But he said he had just got to prison 5 days ago.
No, okay. I want to ask more questions.
I don't know if I believe him.
I would at least need to know if it was a misdemeanor or a felony. Well, I guess if you're in prison, it's a felony, right?
He's only there for a year, he said.
Oh, that's like jaywalking or something.
But I'm over there trying to give him like life advice.
Yeah.
But I'm like, BJ, this is not. No, stop trying to give him stop trying to fix him because I don't like projects. He even asked my number. I was like, no, you ain't getting none of that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Messy thought, messy thought, messy thought, messy thought, messy thoughts.
Mr. LeBron?
Huh?
Why are you gay?
Oh, why am I gay?
Why are you gay?
Gay as hell. I don't know. Maybe because it's pride.
Maybe because maybe it is pride. Who knows? But y'all, welcome back to another episode of Messy Thoughts. My name is BJ.
And I'm LeBron.
Welcome back.
I'm so happy to see you guys.
I'm tired. It was a long weekend for me. It was my birthday weekend.
Yes,
so it was such a really good time.
A May Gemini. Gemini.
We're better than the Junes. Like
they are.
My sister, her birthday was yesterday. Like our birthdays are like 3 days or 4 days apart. Mm-hmm. She's a June Gemini. I'm like, they're not cool.
Those are the ones you can't trust. And I know this for other examples. I'm not just saying your sister. Like I know people who are June Geminis can't trust.
Well, that's why I call my sister Low Down. Like that is like her nickname for the family, Low Down.
Why do you call your sister Low Down?
Because she is low down. I love you, Tamara. I love you so much. I really do. But she can be low down.
Yeah.
So that's why I call her Low Down. And now my dad calls her Low Down, and I love it.
I love that for you. Yeah, it was a busy weekend. It was your birthday.
But I want to say shout out to Keller because Keller showed up. I invited some other bitch up in the studio, but he just
I deeply apologize, but I was exhausted, like almost going to the hospital exhausted because I was like, yeah.
But anyway, shout out to you, Keller, and I really appreciate the gifts. He gave me some really nice sunglasses, which I was gonna wear the hat today. I'm like, because if we start crying, I'm not trying to look like that, and I'm not trying to cry in that hat.
This is the crying episode, listeners. You may just start crying. Or we may start crying. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe. I don't know. Because I've been marinating myself, getting ready for this and prepping for it. So, but y'all, if y'all don't, well, you all don't know because this is the first time you're hearing about it. But this is our coming out episode because it is Pride Month. We want to talk about our stories.
Yes. And we've been wanting to do this for a while, for the most part. Like, we talked about this for, like, maybe around our 3rd or 4th episode. And we're like, no, we need to hold it. Make it special. Make the girls want. So this is the penultimate Messy Thoughts episode that doesn't have a guest.
Let's be clear. I never wanted to do this. This is LeBron's idea.
Sorry, guys. Siri started talking. I don't know why. That was not my fault. You saw that I didn't even touch my phone. I'm turning it off.
Would you get Sarisha up out of here?
I'm so sorry. Not our special guest, Siri. Okay, the phone is off. Listeners, I deeply apologize.
That was fierce.
She said, coming out, don't you ever.
And you know, actually, I was on my phone with my dad today because I was like, Dad, this is our episode we're going to do about coming out. And he starts singing, I'm coming out.
I want the world to know.
Got to let it show. That is what I'm glad you all got to meet my parents, Keller. You got to meet my mom, my dad, my sister, my niece and nephew. And my nephew was just being busy. Yes, wild. But you know what? I loved him being around because he has such a southern accent because he's from Louisiana, and I loved how he interacted with the other children. But there's the thing. So I chose that bar because I'm like, it's kid-friendly, but I did not think there were going to be children there. There was like 5 kids there.
Were there really?
Yes.
Industry on like, what, 6th Street? Or 5th Street?
5th Street. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, shout out to them. They treated us real good.
And it's a good time. It's a simple bar.
Which I do love that Keller's husband, John, because you remember those kids were like sitting at the table and he was like, are they supposed to be with us? I'm like, no, I'll go tell them. And then John was like, no. We'll handle that for
God,
you.
It's your birthday, baby.
I was like, thank you, John. So shout out to John. John really got them out the table. I was like, thank you. Because I put a table for 20 people. And I don't think 20 people came, but it was
You were
enough
like,
room.
we need space.
We needed
We need
space.
our space over there.
Yes.
And you got it. So I'm glad you enjoyed.
And I know you love me, and you told me ahead of time, you're like, hey, BJ, it's not working.
It was not looking good. We've been so busy with the world, our work, the pod. I was literally like, girl, if I leave my house right now, I'm gonna crumble. So I was in the house. I was locked up. So and then I had to go to Dallas the next day. But I saw my lovely new niece.
Oh, shout out to your niece. What's her name?
So we welcomed Luna into the world. Luna. She's like
not
what?
Not Moon.
She's like
just
8
Luna.
days old. Just Luna.
Just Luna.
They do speak Spanish, so it's like, yeah, I guess it's Moon.
Wait, did your mom share a picture of them? Because I think your mom shared something on social media.
Girl, I hope she didn't, because like I even asked my best friend, I was like, hey, can I send this picture to my mom to show her that like she was born? And then she, I guess, posted it.
No. Maybe your mom posted something else. Because I saw a picture. I saw a post from your mom. I was like, oh, Susan. You know I love your mom.
I know. She posts the random. She throws like throwback photos or things from like 2012
Maybe it was that.
or something like
Maybe
that.
it was
So it
that.
probably was like one of my sister's kids. But hi, Mom. Nice to see you. You're gonna be talked about in this episode. So
So you have things on your card.
have you watched Euphoria?
We can't talk about it.
We can't talk about
Next.
that. Great. We're going to the next.
We can't talk about it.
Why not?
I'm busy. Okay, that takes time to sit down.
But are you on the internet? Have you heard of the things?
Every time I see something, I get away from it.
All right, listeners, I just want to address that Euphoria is over. I'm unwell. I think the show producers are unwell, and everyone in the cast is probably doing great because they didn't want to do the show anymore. But it's over.
So you didn't do a spoiler, but you kind of did do a spoiler for me.
It's kind of common knowledge that it's over. It was 6 years after the last season.
Okay.
They finally put out a season. Two of the main characters are dead in real life. Nate's father.
Oh, yeah,
and then
yeah.
the drug dealer dude. What's his name?
The white man.
The white man. I don't know. He did.
Can I tell you real quick? I loved in the last season of Euphoria how the dad came in and like read everybody.
Oh,
Remember,
bitch.
He came in and read the sons and the mama. I'm like, see, that is a real gay. Come in and get the whole family together.
Oh,
That's
baby.
some shit I think you would do.
Putting up a front for years and years and years, and then finally letting it out on a drunken night when I hit my head.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'll ruin you. I'm very nice until I'm not. So I would probably come to the house and be like,
I've never seen you mean. I truly have never seen you mean.
I don't have a mean bone in my body until you're rude to me. And then I'm like, you need to leave. Like, that's what I do.
I think even when I wasn't being the nicest to you, you still were very nice to me.
Yeah, I think so. I'm very nice.
You probably didn't catch it though, because I was just like,
well, I do calculations in my head. I'm like, do I just need to walk away or do I need to say something? And most of the time, I'm just going to walk away and not address it. I'm actually a conflict avoidant, like Monet Exchange. She does not like conflict, neither do I. That's why you're the Bob and I'm the Monet. I just want to let you know.
Whoa, why you say that?
are. You love combat tension.
no,
I
that's
said combat and competition the one word.
No, that's not true. The thing is that I don't mind it. I don't welcome it. I don't mind it.
You don't go seeking it.
No.
But if someone does something to you, you're more than willing to like let them know that.
Well, that's why I was very like when Keller and John's husband were like, "Hey, those people are sent to the table." I was ready to go tell them to beat it, but they said, "No, we got this." So like, I don't mind it.
Oh, okay.
And that's why y'all always send me to the people to go kick them off the court when we are trying to play tennis.
Absolutely.
But I kind of do get a rise out of it. I'm like,
Yeah, telling people to get off a tennis court because they don't belong there, or we got there before them, or whatever, or they're trying to get on our court and we're using 2 courts. No, it's our court. You're much better than that. Me, if they walked over and said, "Hey, can we use this court?" I'd be like, "Come on in, baby, use this court."
I would be
I'm
so
working
bad.
on it in therapy.
I would be so bad. I'm like, why did you give up our court? That was our court.
I'm working on it in therapy. It's literally my whole job every day is talking to people and then trying to figure out what to do. So anyway.
All right, so I know Euphoria. What's next?
No, have you seen Obsession or Backrooms, the 2 big movies in America right now?
Babe, I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know?
You should have prepped me for this.
That's
I told
fine.
you to do that.
That's fine. How do you feel about data centers?
Data center. Wait, so are we talking about the data, not the AI stuff?
Yeah, it's AI. It is AI. How do you feel about AI? Because like the world is moving this like world where like AI is like everywhere, but it's actually doing nothing at the same time. Like the only thing AI can like really do is like make an email for you based on the responses of the other email.
Right.
Really, at the end of the day, AI can't do anything. So
How
do you feel about the no drinking water for cities, no electricity for cities, and just giant data centers?
Well, that is the thing I was going to talk about, is because I haven't done too much research about the data centers and how much water they consume.
A lot.
But I remember watching this show on, I think it's on Prime Video or something. it's a cartoon, but it's like an adult cartoon. And with the girl, her dad has passed away, but he's like uploaded into like a database.
Oh.
But in order to like to him to stay alive, and there's these data centers, and they have to be in like really cold areas. And anyway, that's how I figured I'm like, oh, this is actually real. Like this is not fake. And anyway, I don't like that aspect of it because we are using resources that we don't necessarily need. People just need to learn, me included, just learn how to craft an email. Okay. You don't need Copilot.
So like when you were growing up and you were in elementary school and they were teaching you about earth and water and whatnot, and you were like, oh, we need to preserve the earth. Were you really thinking like in 10, 20 years in time, they were going to create these giant things that would suck all the water out from these towns?
I did
schools,
not. I did not.
Hospitals.
Nope.
Just so we can like get an email written for us correctly. Like we kind of live in an absurdist society. Do you agree?
I do agree.
Like I think every year it gets more absurd.
Actually, on my way here, I was thinking about, I'm like, AI has taken away from like us thinking, like truly thinking about things and making them original. Yeah. Because we'll give like, put in the database, like, write me X, Y, and Z and do all that. Or here's what I have, rewrite it for me. And so I think we're getting away from that. And what I've been trying to do is see what AI puts out there and just try to learn how they write and just utilize that in my everyday texting.
Learning from AI is fine, but having AI do the things is not fine. Like the girls don't have cerebral thought anymore. Like stay with me. The millennials are the last generation to be as educated as they are.
No, I agree. I think millennials are like the best of the best. And I would say that 10 toes down. I think we are the best of the best because we have experienced things when we didn't have anything and then we have everything.
Yeah.
Like no technology and booming technology. I think we are the creme de la creme. And I will fight anybody on that. So
has anyone ever come up to you and said, like, how is it being born in the 1900s? Have you ever heard that sentence before?
I have not heard that, but I did tell someone my age and they were like, my God. I was like, whoa. I'm like...
Hearing the 1900s is like crazy. Like someone who was born in like 2008, who's like now an adult.
But I'm like, bitch, you are not too far off from me. Like when I say the 1900s, it's the last part of the.
I guess so, but it's like people born in like the 80s or the 70s to us. Like we're like, oh, you were born in the 70s. Like whoa.
I would have loved to be born in the 70s or the 80s, or just grow up there. I told you my favorite show right now is Glow. And I love period pieces, and it's based in the 80s, and I love that. Just the hair, the clothes, even the 70s. Man, people wore suits, tailor things, and yeah, we should do a 70s episode.
Yeah, we'll have a whole discussion on AI. I just wanted to like right now in the cultural zeitgeist, data centers are like a thing, and we're trying to like quote defeat them or like other billionaires or whatever. But like at the end of the day, we just live on the most absurd timeline. We're like, where did this come from? Why are we doing this? Can we invest in schools?
Invest in schools, invest in teachers.
Teachers should be making $120K easy, no matter what position or grade you teach in.
When I see these stories about teachers like flashing on kids, when I say flash, I'm talking about like, beat them up or talk shit or doing all that. I get it because children are terrible. I was at the gym today and, Planet Fitness, they allow kids to go to the gym for free in the summertime.
No.
Whatever. But they take over the gym and they have no respect. No respect. And I'm like, why are you all doing this to the people who actually pay to come here? And you have people who are not paying to come here just taking over and doing anything they want to do. I don't like that. And so anyway, when it comes to like the kids, we need to beat some ass. Like, can we bring back corporal punishment?
Less kids.
Less kids?
Decrease the birth rate.
I don't want children. Do you want children? We've talked about this.
Not anymore. When I thought society was moving in the right direction, I was like, yes, I want kids firmly. And then now in the last 2 years, I was like, oh, you're not doing that.
Kids ruining everything. I'm like, don't have children. Just don't do it. Especially if you're gay, like, why?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Well, I think I could do it like at 40. I'm too selfish to give up my 30s. Like I'm not raising a bastard child and giving up my 30s.
You have Luna, so you can take care of Luna. Right. That is one of my goals in life. So when my niece gets 18, when she graduates, I need to start saving now. But she loves K-pop. She loves everything about Korea, and I would love to sponsor a trip and go with her to Korea.
You should.
And I actually want to do that for all my nieces and nephews. Like whatever, when they graduate, let me take you out of the country anywhere you want to go.
You're much nicer than me. I have too many nieces
I would
and
love
nephews
to do that. Well, I only have Madison, Grayson, Ducey, and actually I got and Jackie. But I have 2 other nieces and nephews, but they're like grown, so they don't get it.
Yeah, okay.
We grew up together. Like I think I became an uncle at 5 years old. So
Damn.
yeah.
Well, you're also the youngest out of a couple. Anyways, yes.
All right, so let's take a quick break and then we'll get into coming out. How about that?
I'm coming out.
I want the world to know. Got to let it show. Hey y'all, are you a gay person or you're a queer person and want some discounts, some really good discounts? You need to get this queer card. So if you go to their website and go to your city that you live in, there's going to be a couple of different restaurants, organizations, or anything that you can see that you can get a discount on. LeBron, what you got for this?
I think this is so great. You just get discounts, maybe 10 to 15% off what you are going to buy just because you're queer. I love that.
I think everyone needs a discount. And why not get a discount because you're queer and gay?
Yeah,
right?
and they don't even make you prove it. So there you go.
And tell them that Messy Thoughts sent you. All right, we are back for the second part of the episode. And as you can see, we have Daddy Keller with us. Daddy
Hello,
Keller.
everybody.
Thank you for being here with us.
Of course.
And I'm glad you asked to be on the show because I was going to actually be on here anyway because I'm like, why not talk about coming out? So, LeBron, you wanted to give us a little history lesson, right?
Before we get into the stories, I just want to give a quick coming out history lesson. So I learned today that like the assumption is that coming out just means like coming out of the closet, but really what it meant, it was in the 1920s and 30s, in the debutante scene for women, they would come out to society as like a woman in their debutante days. And so coming out was actually a term they used for like presenting yourself to society. So that's what it used to mean in the past. And then like in the 1930s, gays started using it in club scenes and saying you're coming out to the gay world. And it really was used to introduce to your own people. So it wasn't like I'm coming out to the world. These people now know I'm gay. It's you going to the gay scene and being like, I'm gay. And you're coming out to the girls. So it really was like an inside thing until like the 1960s.
That still happens. I'll meet some people like, I've never been to a gay bar. This is my first time here. I'm like, well, welcome in, sister.
Yes. Bask in the ambiance of being here, darling.
That's I did not know that at all. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
Do we know where the closet came from?
In the 1960s, so when people were fighting in the wars, the Korean Wars, the other wars, like you couldn't be out in the military. And so people started using it as like keeping a secret, and that's where closet started being used. So it wasn't even used originally in the 20s and 30s in the United States. It was like in the 60s and 70s, closet started to being a thing.
Got it.
Yeah, and it's like a military thing. So that's just a little history on coming out. But I think a lot of girls have come out since the 1960s, and it's been a process all of us or most of us have done in our lives. It's been a big monumental moment. It's not like a little like, oh, I did this and it's done. Like for us, I'm speaking for myself, coming out was like a really big moment for me, even making the courage to get to come out.
Yes. Now, I do think that, and this is just, I'm not being shady at all. I'm just like, just calling what it is. I think you and I both had glass closets where everybody could see through. Like, they knew our tea before we knew our tea. But Keller, you are a little bit more mysterious. I cannot tell if you had a glass closet. So what was your coming out story?
I was probably good at hiding my homosexuality from an earlier age. I mean, but not really. I mean, like when I was a kid, I would ask my parents for like a doll or something, and they would buy it for me. So like there were signs there, but they were just ignored, and then I ignored them. So I was definitely like a late bloomer. Like I did not like I came out at different stages to different people, but it was a process. And I think like for me, coming out to myself was like the biggest hurdle that I had to get past. So,
was this like an early, like a teenage thing for you?
I was
coming out to yourself.
I was in my early to mid 20s.
Really?
Yeah. I was like I had a girlfriend in high school. And I'm still friends with her. She's great.
Hi, girl. Thank you. We love him.
I think she's listened to the pod. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't date at all in college until my senior year. Like I was kind of just told everyone I was very focused on schoolwork.
Academics, honey. Yeah.
In the back of my mind, like I figured I was either bisexual or bi-curious at the least, but I was gonna just take it to my grave. Like that was like my thought. Like I was like, no one can know my
Are you
secret.
religious?
I grew up very religious. Like I grew up like I was confirmed into the Lutheran church. And then we went to like Baptist church every week. I mean, I was kind of like a part of a lot of Bible studies and stuff.
Did you go to the Baptist church that was like singing and hollering, that kind of Baptist church?
I went to like a mega church in Grapevine, Texas called Fellowship. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Shout out to Fellowship.
No, don't.
They're homophobic and MAGA people, so it's fine. Love you all.
No, I would not go there now, but...
So like you didn't come out until your like mid-20s. Like what was your turning event? Like what was going through your mind in your life at the time when you decided to maybe step out and start telling people?
Well, I met a guy in my senior year through my filmmaking club. His name's Chris. I was like I'm still friends with him. But yeah, we started I don't know, we started hooking up. We started like spending time together. Like basically it was like
who made the first move?
Yeah, was it like a shoulder? Was it a shoulder reveal?
He told me he was gay, so he was like more forthcoming with that.
Oh, sis knew what she wanted.
Curious.
Sis knew what she wanted.
She's had this tall, lean man, honey.
She was like, I ain't letting you go. She knew what time it was. I ain't mad at her.
Can we study together?
We were like making like little short films and stuff together. Like,
I'm sure y'all was. Y'all are real OnlyFans. Y'all the first one.
Okay, so he told you he was gay. Y'all started to like dabble in the sexual things.
Yeah, I mean it started off tame enough, honestly. Like but it was I was still like getting used to all of this, and I was still like just very very like repressed and like kind of very like classic shame filled about all of these things. So it took like a while. I would say like. After some months, we were like kind of in a relationship. We were dating, but it was like very secret. Like we didn't basically did not tell anyone, and that's not. I do not recommend that at all.
It's not a good way to live.
No,
now, was
absolutely.
he an outward facing gay, like meaning like he was presenting gay or
a little? A little. He was like a rugby player, and he would.
Ooh, he was thick.
Yeah.
How Dylan say he was thick.
So did this start trickling to your friends, or did they see together?
Yeah, friends started figuring, or I started telling a couple people, like my roommates I started with, and I kind of didn't define it or label it. I was kind of just like, this is going on. I'm exploring it. Hope you understand. And then let me think.
This is like the 2000s, correct? This is like mid 2000s.
This was in the 2010s.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
My brain, yeah.
This was basically all happening like after I moved to Austin and after I had graduated college. So.
Oh, cute. Okay.
The gays do flock here.
Yeah. So I started going to gay bars here. I mean, we kind of had an on again, off again thing for a few years, and then I slowly just kind of started telling more and more people. And then I think it was like just like eventually we kind of ended things, and then it was basically other guys that I met in Austin that. Eventually led me to just being like, what am I doing with my life right now?
Right.
I just need to accept this. Like, I think the last date I went on with a girl was around that time too, because I was like on OkCupid and stuff, and I was like trying to set up some dates, but every girl I went on a date with, I was like, I just want to be friends with you and talk about movies, and I was like, this is terrible. This is not working.
Would you say did you ever have like chemistry with a girl where you were like, maybe I could like settle down, or were you just like fighting it the whole time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was just like hoping that I was not gay, basically, which is really sad, but
I think that's normal for a lot of us when we are young, that we wish we were something else because that is not what society wants us to be, and we don't see any positive reinforcement that being gay is okay. So that's why I'm really happy with how we have representation today to show, like,
Absolutely.
we show gay couples, we show lesbian couples, we show trans folks, just anything that's not heterosexual. I love that we have that representation because I don't know. Should I go next, or I don't know? Have you finished, or I don't know?
I mean, for me, I kind of considered when I came out as like when I came out to my parents. Like that
well,
was
let's
like,
talk about that real quick. Then.
Because before that, it was like there was some friends that knew, but it was like I was not very like I didn't post anything online or or whatever. But on Mother's Day 2014, I told both my parents at the same time.
He said, "This holiday's about me now."
Yeah, basically. I was visiting Dallas because they lived in Dallas at the time, and it was just like I was like, well, why not now? So So I kind of sprung it on them. They were very surprised, very shocked, and originally were like very like accepting and like, oh, this is fine, this is whatever. A few days later, they kind of backpedaled that a little bit, and they were like, wait a minute, we have problems with this, and we have questions. And so I came back to Dallas, and over the next couple of weekends, like they just kept like interrogating me and
like basically asking you like, are you sure? Or they're just
Yes.
like why? Like they're just trying
All
to
of that.
yeah, they're trying to come to reasoning to why and how they can fix it almost.
Right. And so I had to like kind of approach it also from like a religious Christian angle to talking to my parents, just to kind of meet them where they were at, just to kind of like gave my mom like some books and I don't know, just talked with them, and eventually they came around. They're the most supportive parents now. They, I love them.
I love that.
So it was a journey, and it took a while. And I feel like even in other settings, like I'm still always coming out to people, like in professional settings and I don't know, random other
Like
things.
that takes courage. It takes a lot to come out to your parents. When you were doing that, what gave you the strength to do that? Like, what made you so sure that you're like, I need to tell them, and I am gay
At that time.
Yeah, like what do you think like propelled you to like do that?
There was a guy I was interested in at the time.
Okay, a man will do it.
Yeah.
A man will do it.
So that kind of pushed me over the edge a little bit, where I was like, okay, time to, But I will also say, like, even just stuff like at this point, I think it was like right before, or maybe it was like a year before gay marriage became legal.
Yep.
But I knew there was a lot of like forward motion with that politically. Stuff like that actually did matter to me a lot.
Yeah.
And it felt like there was like, I mean, I think just like the general collective societal approval of it that seemed to be growing did make a difference in terms of me being like, well, maybe it's not so bad, So.
And I'm gonna let you finish, but
No, you good.
I just want to give context, girls. We didn't accept gay people until like 2014, 15 as a society. Like during the George Bush era, like it was like you can't be gay. That was not a thing, and it was like not cool to be gay. Even the first 4 years of Obama's presidency still wasn't okay to be gay. Only when we got to the second one was like Biden start speaking up.
Right.
Do you tell the story? Because Biden is the one who reason gay
Yeah, Obama was originally not for gay marriage. And
he was very conservative.
Yeah, and I think it was around the 2012 election that Biden was like, I think it was like he was on a hot mic or something.
It was an interview where he wasn't supposed to say it.
Right, and then it was like really big news when Biden said this and as vice president, and then like Obama endorsed it, like I think within like a day or two.
It was like a day. It was like Joe Biden was like, "Oh yeah, I love gay marriage. I love marriage between a man and a man. That's fine with me." And then like the White House was trying to like backpedal,
Right.
and then they were like 2 days later, Obama was like, "Actually, I just think it's cool." And like that's literally rolling how we got gay marriage. Literally, Biden having that interview and just being like, "Oh yeah, I love gay people." Like
that's why we ride for Biden.
I will. They did him so dirty. Anyways, we won't get into that. They did him so dirty that he gave us gay marriage, and then we did it. Anyways,
Yeah.
BJ.
Okay, so I will say I knew I was gay from a long time. When I remember I had a crush on this guy when I was in kindergarten. His name was Preston. I would never forget him. Preston was so fierce. And then I had another crush on this dude named Kendrell. Then I had another crush on this guy named Alejandro. So I knew I was an FAG. Yes, they were awesome. I knew I liked boys. But what was shown to me from like, my family and my parents, it was like, gay is wrong. They was like, oh, you got a little sugar in your tank. Which now I love that term.
You do use that to this day.
I love that because
I love it too.
Because before I used to hate when someone would refer to me as like, oh, he got a little sugar in his tank. And I'm like, I don't want to be gay because I don't want to seem different. Yeah. I don't want to appear less than, because that's what I really felt when I was young. And I really wish my family would have understood that when you're a kid, because when you're a kid, you're still figuring things out.
Yeah, you're figuring out life, but when you feel alone, you're like, whoa, why am I feeling alone? Is everyone feeling this? Am I just feeling this?
Yeah. And I do not blame my parents. I don't blame my family because they are just a product of what they know. And, I remember I read this one book. It's like, you have to meet your parents where they are from their point of view. You have your point of view, but your parents also have their point of view. And so you can be all up in arms and mad about what they did not do and did that, but come reason with them. Why? Now, I'm not condoning what they did. Like, because I wish they would have nurtured me a little bit more. And I wish they would have not made it such a negative thing.
Did they make it a negative thing?
Yes.
Did they know?
Did. Oh, they knew.
Yeah, okay.
They knew. I asked for dolls. I didn't get dolls.
Oh.
And when my sister would get dolls, I would sneak and go hide. And I just wanted to do their hair. I didn't care about playing with them.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do their hair.
Isn't it funny as like a kid without any sexual like attraction yet because you haven't hit puberty and stuff? Like you have this experience like of like I don't know. It's like gender. You cross that line of genderness and you feel like, oh my God, I'm not supposed to do this. But like it's very normal and natural for you to like want a doll or see the Barbie movie or I Love Legally Blonde, like all of that bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it weird that like no sexual attraction yet to anything?
No.
And you are different still.
Yes.
Isn't that weird?
It's very weird.
Well, even from a young age, like a lot of my closest friends from elementary school onward were also like gay or queer in some way. Like, you know, like Laganja, like I knew from 5 years old.
that's
like it was
right,
just,
yeah.
I don't know, but at the time we didn't know that at all. But yeah, it's funny how you find your people.
You do find your people.
Yes.
You don't know it, but you're kind of like all banding together.
That's how, when I found Colin and David Paul, like those were my people. And y'all met them. They were the people who were at Shreveport. And so shout out to Colin
They're amazing.
And David Paul. But I will say I came out to my friend Ashika first because I remember we were in the car and we were driving and she was like, so BJ, what would you think if one of your friends was gay? And I'm thinking she's talking about me. I'm like, oh, fuck. They have found me out.
The pitter patter in your heart.
Yes. And I'm driving. I'm like, okay. So I tell him, like, I'm like, I wouldn't care. Like, I love my friends. I wouldn't care if they were gay or not. And she goes, I just want to let you know I'm a lesbian.
So she was coming out to
She was coming out to me and I was like, I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, I'm gay. And so we were both in the car like, wow. Like, so that was one. And so that was just more reassurance. That was more reassurance. And then slowly but surely it started coming out to like, all my friends. And it's only my friends doing. This was when I was 15.
Yeah.
So still in high school. I came out to my mom because my parents are divorced. And so we were not in the same household.
Sure.
And I live with my mom. And I don't remember how old I was, but I do remember the Tyra show was on, and there was a transgender girl on there. And so we're both watching it, and I do remember the girl. She had some really bomb-ass Chanel earrings on. That's the only thing I remember. But anyway, so we were just talking about it, and then my mom just brings up something about gay, and I was like, well, Mom, you know I'm gay, right? And she was like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm gay. And that was like, I'm like, it's either now or never. Because I'm like, we're watching TV together. We're watching about transgender individuals. This is the time.
It was in the room with you, and you were like, I don't want to put up with this, or I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Right.
Huh.
I will say, my mom did not take it the best. She really did not take it the best. Which I'm kind of like gagged. I'm like, girl, you knew. Like, why are we doing all this?
What did she do? What did she say?
Of course she cried. And, but I think it's more of just, I think our parents, they truly do think that we are a reflection of our parents, but we are not our parents.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I think my mom maybe had feel like, maybe she failed. And this is just speculation, Mom. I don't know. I know you're going to tell me later after you watch this episode. But I do remember that. And I had not told my dad either. And my dad is military. And my dad is very high ranked in the military. It was very scary. And I remember, so once my mom actually got used to it and she was just more exposed to it. Like, my mom is great. Like, lovely. Love her.
Yeah, your mom's great.
I remember one day coming home from church, I was like, Mom, I want to tell Dad that I'm gay. And she was like, are you sure you're ready? I'm like, yes, I am ready. And I wasn't ready. But I do remember when I moved down to Louisiana and I was like, Dad, I do have something to tell you. And he knew. He's like, son, I knew. He was like, I was just really.
Not him clocking your tea before you could deliver it.
He was like, son, I knew. He was like, I really was just waiting on you to tell me. Which I want to say, parents, do not do that. If you know that your kids are gay, do not say. Because even my other family members did that too. They were like, we were just waiting for you to say something. No.
Right.
Because the world is telling me that gay is wrong. Mm-hmm. So why would I ever feel comfortable with coming out to you all? So parents, if you are a parent, if you notice that anything is not the norm with your kid, just explore it with them.
Or better yet, every child you have, be ready for everything for all of those children. Like they can go anywhere in life. They can become a doctor. They can go to prison. They can be gay. They can do they can do anything, right? They can go any direction. So you have to be prepared to have that kid and tell them where to go and like I think that's weird about at least my experience. And I'll talk about it, but like
you can go into it. I'm done.
We did it on our own. I feel like I don't feel like either one of us had like a huge support system. We were kids realizing we were gay. and then having it in our mind, realizing it in our mind, trying not to say it out loud until we were ready because it was unsafe to say so.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was very unsafe to say so. And I think straight people were like, oh, you came out, that's so great. But you don't know the battles you've had beforehand.
Can I say this real quick too?
Please.
I do have a problem with straight people saying like, I don't understand why people don't come out. They should just come out. You should just be who you want. That is much easier said than done if you've never been in that situation, because when you are in that position, you could lose family, you can lose friends, you can lose your livelihood.
Money?
Yes, you can lose a lot of things. So I do think it is dangerous that people just willy-nilly just say to anyone, come out. I'm like, come out when you are ready, when you are fully, truly ready. And that's why I do think outing people is wrong unless you're a Republican and MAGA, we outing you. But I don't think that, I think straight people should just have a little bit more, they should just have more tact when saying that, because I'm like, you don't understand what we go through, because it was a lot telling my parents. I'm pretty sure the same for y'all. It's a lot to tell someone, because the only thing that we are conditioned to know is that being gay is wrong. Yeah. So then why would I be so comfortable just saying it? Yeah. So, and I'm so sorry. I just had to say that.
I'm fine.
Were there other family members or important people in your life that you came out to that didn't have a good reaction?
Oh yeah, but they didn't say it to my face.
Oh,
they didn't say it to my face.
Okay.
I had to hear it through the grapevine through other family members. And here's the thing, and I'm not going to put them out there, but I do have some family members who are gay, and one of them particularly, they knew I was gay, but they were really projecting. So they were the person yelling out like, "Oh, he's a sissy," or "He's that," and this, and really being like the champion of, like, not say the hate train of BJ, but just like the shame train of BJ to make him feel wrong. And I've forgiven them, and we've never talked about it one-to-one, but I've learned how to not let that define me, because I'm like, you know what, that was just young BJ getting strong to be who he is today.
Right. Everything you went through is who you are now. And
they are gay. And that's the thing, they are gay. And so it's like, why would you do that to me knowing you have the same tea that I do? Just because I'm a little bit more presenting than you are to show that I'm gay.
Are they younger than you or older than you?
They're older than me.
Oh, bitch.
They're older than me.
Yeah. That's a common thing. It's like an insecurity, shame-based response.
Where it comes out and you start attacking other people for who they are or they may be, and you have your own shit to deal with.
Right.
Yeah.
But I will say, me and those family members, we are very cool today. So if you all listen to this, just know that is what I used to feel, and it's true. It's a reality. It's not. I'm not lying at any of my family members, but I do love them to today, and it's just I am who I am right now. Like, there's not a lot that's going to shake me about being gay, but I really want to hear your story.
Oh, no, we're fine. I love the discussion we're having. We're fine. There's a lot of details, but I will skim it down to what I think is important. So when I was a kid, I mean, obviously I knew I was gay, going to school and kind of keeping that to myself and just being like, I was a lot shyer than I am at this current moment. But I remember one thing my dad said in his house during like a 4th of July party to his friend, and I was in the bathroom around the corner, so he didn't know I was there. But he said, I'd rather have an arsonist as a son than a gay person. And I remember him saying this, and I go, oh, okay, so I need to shut the fuck up. Like, I need to keep this down forever. And I remember turning like a lock in my head and being like, we're not letting this out.
I thought you were going to say you're going to be an arsonist then.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, oh. So I burned down a building.
Yeah, so the high school's burned down. That was me. Sorry. But I was like, oh, so I have to like keep this forever. And so like I kept it on wraps until like high school. And then I kind of started because I was deep in like church. I went to church on Sunday and on Wednesday and sometimes on Thursdays. Like I was at church all the time.
Damn.
I was at church all the time. But
you the real church lady.
Yeah. No, but like my coming out story is like I told my friends in high school, like my best friend that I still talk to today, Luna's aunt. I talk to her all the time. She was like the second person I told. And like, so they in high school, like I had this like freedom at high school that I didn't have at home, where I went to high school and I was this like Will and Grace loving guy. And like everyone was like, you're gay. And I'm like, ah. And then I would go home and then I would just be like trying to act straight and like all like tough and stuff like that. And me trying to act tough.
That's
it was
exhausting.
It was exhausting and I was not good at it. I would be like, ah, oh. So, whatever. So after high school, I was going to college, and the way it kind of slipped out was Facebook. There was an event at UT for freshmen for queer students, and I was like, I want to go. So I clicked join because I wanted to know when the time was. But I didn't know that blasted it out to your entire feed that you're going to this event.
Zuckerberg outed you.
That's why I have a vendetta against Meta to this day. But so my mom comes in with the laundry, and she's also on Facebook. And so she comes in, puts my laundry on my bed, and like goes like, "Hey, your underwears are clean. And by the way, I saw that you're going to that carnival next week.
Come on, Susan.
I just
being nosy.
want to let you know you have a good time." And I was like,
that's good.
And I was literally like turned away from her so she couldn't see me on my computer, and I was literally like, "Ah!" like in my head. But I was like, "Get out!" So I told her to get out, and then like. We talk about it. She's like, I'm fine. She's like very loving. She tells my sister, who lives in the same house as us. It gets to my entire family overnight.
So what's your sister?
Courtney. Yeah, Courtney's allowed enough.
Your mama.
Love you. And then I went to like church camp to like do like counseling for kids. Like I was a counselor for a summer camp. And my dad calls me. And I'm like in the woods with these like 4th graders. And I get a phone call and he's like, "Nick, I heard the news." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like a black dad from Alabama. And he's like, "I just want to let you know you're not gay." He was,
Wait, what?
When I tell you he was dead ass serious, he was dead ass serious. He was like, "You're not gay," and I was like, "Yes, I am." He's like, "No, you're not," and I was like, "Yes, I am." He's like, "No, you're not."
Wow.
And we had this like big like yelling blowout where I'm like, "I don't have any signal. Bye." So like I hung up the phone with him, come back from camp, and then like had like 3 to 4 rough months where he's like, "You're not gay," and I'm like, "Okay, fine. You got me. I'm not gay." You know, whatever. So anyways, we finally got to a place in my adulthood where like it's fine and we kind of can talk about my love life or who I'm dating and stuff like that. But my dad's never had that moment where he's accepting or asking about pride or asking about boyfriends or anything like that. He still kind of does not talk about it. And I don't know if that's like a black father thing or what, but like my dad does not speak about it at all. You seem to have a good father, in my opinion.
Oh, he's great. Like,
Yeah.
Senior is awesome.
Yeah.
Love him. But I can sympathize with what you're talking about because I think just as of recent, and y'all, I'm 36 years old, just as of recent, and there's no shade to my dad, it's just more him being comfortable.
Yeah.
He's just now being like able to like joke with me about like certain things. Like I remember one time I was like, my knees are hurting. He's like, "Well, stay off of them." I was like, "Whoa, Dad, whoa."
That's really great though, because like my dad never has had. He's asked about my roommate before or like those type of comments, but he's never like
That
involved.
feels like a microaggression.
It is a microaggression.
Your little friend is coming over.
Yeah, he's like, "Your little friend is like coming." I'm like, whatever. So I don't know. My relationship with my parents, like my mom, like is like very accepting and like those type of things, but my dad's like this like murky thing in the back where like I met him where he is, but we're not going anywhere from here. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna just stay father and son. We won't talk about my love life. You'll know what you know, and that's really it.
I think it also takes just education and wanting to like know more and just like my mom, like once my mom truly like, and I hate to say this, but even for both my parents, once they got over themselves, because I think a lot of times parents think like, what are people going to think about me?
Me. It's a reflection on
and
me.
it's like, babe, this is not about you. I love you, but it's not about you.
Unfortunately.
And then so once my mama truly got over all of that, my mama tried to hook me up with every gay person that comes in her range. She's like, "Oh, bitch, this person is gay.
Oh, yeah.
You should meet them." I'm like, "Why do I got to meet them?" I'm like, "Because they're gay."
For real. My mom would come in the room. She's like, "You got a gay cousin, right?" I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, my second sister, twice removed, divorced, has a nephew who's gay." I'm like, "Bitch, I don't know him." And she would give him like my contact information. And I was like, "Mom, you're doing like P-flag too much. Like you're doing too much right now. Like, you know what I mean?" So like, it's kind of fun having like one parent like super accept, and then like you see the other side of like you could do better as a parent.
Now, what you could probe them, you can press them, because that's kind of what I did with my dad. Because I'm like, "Dad, I want to have a great relationship with you." Because with my mom, I can tell her about guys. Like I'll be on the phone with my mom, like, "Oh, mama, he is so fine. He is this." Like I'm comfortable saying that to her.
Yeah.
With my dad, not so much still. Like I'll still talk about boys with him, or not, but men. I'll talk about men with him, but I still do not have the same, I would say, conversations that I have with my mom with my dad. Yeah. But I remember there was one time my dad, he was like, "So BJ, how do you know, like, that you like boys if you've never, you don't like girls if you've never been with a girl?" I said, "Well, then how you know you don't like boys? You never been with a boy."
Right.
And he went, "Touche." He shut the hell up.
Yeah,
so, but I do press my parents, not so much anymore because I think we're truly past that. But when I was trying to want them to, I'm like, I want you to know who I am and I want you to have and share that with you. Because when people talk about like, I would say my straight friends, like I went to my mom, I showed them my boyfriend, this and that. I'm like, I would really love to do that with my parents. I would love to show them the people who I'm interested in, which I do that with my mom now. My mom, she knows about my whole love. Like everything y'all know, she knows.
Good.
But I would love to do that with my dad. Like I truly would love to do that with my dad.
Do you have anything to say?
I was gonna say, like, I mean, do you know anyone who has been like disowned by their family for being gay? Because I know several people that have, and they like basically like parents that just cut them out completely.
I won't name them, but it's someone very close to me, and yes. Yes. Yeah. The people could not come over themselves, and they thought it was a reflection of them, and disowned and kicked out those people. So yeah, I've seen. Yeah,
I'm very grateful, but just my whole family, like my siblings, my siblings, like from jump, they were like, "You ain't got nothing to worry about. If anybody say anything to you, we gonna whoop their ass." Yeah. And they truly are like that. I remember I was at a bar and I was dancing with this one guy. And I guess somebody had said something slick. They didn't say nothing to me. That's the thing. They never say nothing to you. No. They never say nothing to you, but they said something slick. And my sister heard it, my sister Tamara. And my sister was ready to fight these dudes. I'm like, Tamara, it is not that serious. But to answer your question, I don't know anybody who's been disowned, but that's so terrible. Like,
I know.
I can't imagine not, like my mom, my dad, or just anyone in my family just cutting me off. And I have nothing to do with them no more,
Unfortunately, it happens in like Christian households and Mormon households and the girls around the country. But like, you can always find your people. I will say that to people. After you come out, it's always better because you shed the people that are around you. Yeah, they may still be in your life, and your family's your family. But like, you find people you love and that you're family, and you can talk about anything. You can tell them about your sexcapades. You can tell them about your worries. You can tell them about anything. And so those are the people that you want to come out for because it's for you, but it's also for who you will meet in the future if you are truly yourself. So be your fucking self. Yeah. And I will say this. I was very, very shy. And in high school, I remember like when I was driving away after I got my license and stuff, driving away from high school, and I thought I could do one or two things. I can be like really shy and try to hide this and just be whatever, or I can be as loud as fucking proud that I'm amazing and truly believe it. I remember like believing it and going, ow! And then I became who I am to this day. And I think you have to make those decisions for yourself as you're coming out, or if you're a gay person, trans person, whatever. You have to believe it, and then you will become who you want to become. Has nothing to do with nobody else.
And doesn't it feel good? Like when you truly accept yourself, it feels amazing. And now, of course, I wish I would have had it a lot easier. I wish I would have had the positive reinforcement of being gay. But I do think that had I not, I wouldn't able to be the person I am for my niece, because I have a niece who's a lesbian as well. And I remember seeing her when she was young. And I even told my mom about this. I said, I knew when Ashley was gay. And I would talk to her in ways to make her feel like, hey, this is okay. Because I'm like, do you like boys? And she was like, I don't know. I'm like, well, do you like girls? And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, it's okay if you like either or. I said, whatever you like, as long as you're not out there breaking the law, you're fine. I said, but that was a positive reinforcement to give her. Yeah. And when I tell you, she is out and proud. Like, even when she's like out, like she is a stud.
Good. Yeah.
Like she really is a stud.
Good.
And I'm sorry, that's just something I'm really happy that I was able to share with my niece, because she is a person who is out, and she was out at a very young age. Something that I was never comfortable with. So
you're a good role model for her.
Thank you. I'm the gay uncle. I'm the gay uncle.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Okay. The myth of coming out, like, it's not a one-time event, right? It's something that happens all the time. So can we talk about that in our lives, maybe work or somewhere? What do you come out when you meet new people? Like, do you, hi, my name is BJ, I'm gay.
So this is what I do, because I think being gay is very normal. So of course, in a sense, it is coming out to new people who don't know you. But I always tell people, I'm like, until you tell me something different, I think you're gay.
Shut the fuck up.
No, until you tell me something different, because it's also, I'm trying to teach straight people as well. They're like, well, why would you think I'm gay? I'm like, well, you never told me you were straight. So
flip the script.
Yeah, that's right. This is why he's the Bob on this podcast.
Because people automatically think that you're straight. Well, why can't I automatically think that you're gay?
That's so powerful, actually.
But it gets people thinking as well, because I'm like, oh, I thought you. There's been many times I'm like, oh, I thought you was gay. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, I just thought you were gay. Why would you say that? I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, you don't show me straight or gay. I just thought you were gay. Yeah. And everyone who I talked to was gay, so I thought you was gay.
Yeah.
So yeah, to answer your question, In a sense, yes, I do, but I don't just say, "Hey, I'm BJ, I'm gay. I just love rainbows and I love sucking dick and eating cock and all that."
I mean, that is your tagline. We're gonna put that on social media. Do you come out in a professional setting or any of your work that you do? Do you kind of like put it out there?
Yeah, I've put it out there at different points, online and in person and through, I don't know, different things. I mean, I've tried to like also just add tattoos and piercings to kind of like
Clue the girls.
like add little hints and stuff. But I mean, I was gonna like, it is a thing where I feel like I've had to come out like again and again and again. It just gets easier and easier. But I mean, even when I was coming out as like poly to my family, that was like a whole other thing as well. That I was difficult. Like, this is like a new conversation I have to like.
How'd they receive that, if I can ask?
They received it well, actually. So that was like, I don't know. I felt like good about having that conversation with them, and it felt better. I mean, it was kind of like coming out as gay. It was just I felt better being on the other side of it. But
yeah, you needed to have that conversation just to clue them in what's going on in your life. And
yes, yeah.
I'm not ready to have that conversation with my parents. Even though I don't think I am poly, but just for them to like grasp that train of like thinking, I don't think they're there. Well, actually, my dad may be because anyway, we can talk about senior, but. But just to, I don't think my family is there. They're not there. They probably would not understand it or comprehend it. I told you we had the problem at industry. They couldn't pay for their shit on the QR code. Just imagine polyamory. I'm just saying. Just kidding. Love y'all. Go ahead. What about you? Like, what? No shade, Fred, but you were just out and about.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Like,
I'm out?
I cannot see that.
I was a tough little. What was some photos up? I was like in the swim team, right? I was on the swim team, and I was still like in the closet the first couple of years, and then I had like a boyfriend for like 3 days. Like we were in the locker room together. He's like, "You want to kiss?" I was like, "Sure, let's do that. So, let's kiss." It was a bad relationship. It lasted like 2 weeks. It's fine, anyways. And then like after that, I was like gay with everyone in my swim class or whatever. And then like when we had to go vote, everyone loved me because I was gay and it was a bunch of girls. So I became like the captain, but. Then the other guy became a captain because he actually was good at swimming and I was just good at talking to the girls. So we both became captains. So in my whole life, I was out and proud for sure. But like with the parents, I kept that under wraps. I was different at home versus at school. I was like, went to school, had a great time. Went home, was like, I'm moody and I don't want to talk to you, Mom. I'm tired. Like very that.
Were you ever like at home asked like, "Oh, do you have a girlfriend or are you dating?"
Oh,
like,
girl, all the time.
Yeah.
I have a huge
Same.
family, and they would be like, "So when are you gonna start getting a girlfriend?" Or like, "Are you dating your friend Jackie?" Or just like these like, "When are you gonna start doing these things?" And I like in my head, I was like, "Bitch, never." That sounds boring. First of all, so I'm never gonna do that. Like what? And also like I know as soon as I get out of this bitch and high school is over. Never, ever, ever letting any of you people control my life. And here we are. I'm like, I make my own money and I don't need any of them, but I love them dearly. Last thing I want to say is sometimes you do have ride or dies in your family or in your growing up. And I just want to say Brittany, my cousin Brittany, she's the one that's 2 years behind me in the family. So she's right behind me. She always knew I was gay. That bitch. She would be like, I would come out to her house in Alabama and she'd be like, "Baby, you're gay. Where you going? Gay." And she would like say these things out loud. I remember hating Brittany. But like, because she would, trying to get my spot.
But was she malicious about it?
No, but she was just like stating the obvious. Like if you had bird poop on your shirt, she was like, "You have bird poop on your shirt." She was like, "You're gay."
Well,
like,
that's true.
It's obvious.
Like,
Right. I was like,
up.
But like now as an adult, me and Brittany are so close because we have this understanding that like I thought my whole family was gonna be against it, and she was really my number one from the day, the start. So having those people in your family or around you is just so lovely.
Yeah,
to
my
be able to
sister
have
was
that.
kind of like that.
Oh yeah, she was like, and does she ride for you now?
Yeah. She had gay friends before she even knew before I even knew I was gay. So
we love a fag hag or a fruit
Anyways.
fly. I don't know if we can say that, but a fag hag or a fruit fly.
I love that. Even my sisters and my brothers, like they let their children know, like, hey, your uncle is gay, and so you need to treat him with respect. There's nothing wrong with him. There's nothing different about him. Now my little nephew, he a little shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Like he'll say things to me. He was like, 'cause I had my toenails painted. He was like, "Why your toenails painted?" I'm like, "Because I can."
To be fair, the kids do it to everyone. Why is your nose big?
they're just curious.
They're just curious. Yeah. My nephews go, "You kiss boys?" Like as a question. I'm like,
Yeah.
"You kiss boys?" I'm like, "Yeah, I kiss boys." And they're like, "You're weird," and they walk away. That's all it is.
But when I do answer them, I answer them in a way of like not to be defensive or nothing. It's like, yeah, I'll do that. Like, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
But I said, well, explain to me why it's wrong. Or explain to me why only girls should do that, only why boys should do that. And then, we go down that little rabbit hole. So, go ahead.
I recently had some of my friends that are like a straight couple with kids ask me what the best response was if one of their kids grows up and comes out as gay.
Period.
And so that was like, I don't know. I loved that they were like interested in having that conversation and just being like considering that,
Did you have an answer for them?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of just about, listening to them, being supportive. I mean, just, not.
Honestly, dab your kid up and leave the room for 5 minutes, give them some breathing room, and come back and be like,
Yes.
"Do you want me to take you to Pride in June?" Like, I don't just act like it's so normal, like I'm taking you to McDonald's. Like, just affirm them in every way that you can, that it's normal, they have nothing to worry about, and me as your parent will fight to the death if anyone says any otherwise.
I couldn't
That's
have said it
great.
better. I couldn't have said it better
Yeah.
because that's exactly what I do with my niece. I'm like, don't make it weird. Just don't make it weird. Make it normal because it is normal. Being gay is normal. I'm pretty sure if you check your DMs or your niggas, they all know they're gay
Girl,
as well.
everybody gay. They be doing things in the dark.
Even Lizzo made a song about it. Everybody's gay. I love that song, by the way.
Okay. Any other comments on coming out?
That we could be here all day. Talking
really
about it.
could.
And I really wish we was, but that's okay. But no, I don't have anything else to say.
We come out every single time. The Gen Z girls, though, they don't really come out anymore. I just wanted to say that, put this on the pod. They just kind of like live their lives, and if they kiss a boy, they kiss a boy, which I think is so fab.
Yeah.
Like, our coming out experience isn't exactly what happens anymore. You kind of like live your
right.
life. And at 12 or 13, you just kind of like start holding hands with a boy because you wanted to, and no one like gives you that much shit for it. We have like a 70% acceptance rate with like all things gay in the country. So for the ones that can, enjoy your life. You're welcome for the gay elders here who did the work.
There we go. All right, so should we close it out?
Yeah, actually close it out.
I do want to say this. If you would love to share your coming out story, like when we post these clips, please post them underneath of our comments because we would love to hear your coming out story and to see how you overcame it or whatever trials and tribulations that you had to go through. So,
I mean, back in the day, I used to watch YouTube videos of other people's coming out stories just to like give me inspiration and.
Girl, I was on the forums on the gay
that was
forums.
you?
I
knew it.
I was like, girl, how do I come out to my parents? Ow! It was great. But no, follow us on all socials. Love you to death. Thank you for listening to our coming out stories.
All right, y'all. This is Messy Thoughts, where the thoughts are messy.
And the bottoms are not. It
Love
comes
y'all.
out clean. Woo!
Messy, 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 messy. Messy thoughts.